Hello everyone, this is Paul from Ortho Eval Pal, and today I thought I would talk a little bit about how to put a walker boot on. Now, I'm a strong advocate of using walker boots for all kinds of things, from Achilles tendonitis, to severe plantar fasciitis that is not getting better, to metatarsalgia, Morton's neuroma, and this young lady has a very severe peroneal tendonitis, and we're going to just let her rest a little bit. One of the things I like about the Cam Walker is that it immobilizes the ankle, but it still has a rounded bottom, so it rolls nicely, okay? So that's one of the reasons I like to use it. It really allows you still to be active and weight bear, but take a little pressure off that ankle and doesn't stress the foot so much because you're just not moving all that much, okay? So it's a great way to rest it, but still be active, all right? So when you fit somebody with a walker boot, it's important that you take all your straps off, and I make it a point to put the strap back onto itself so that they don't all get tangled up on each other. The top straps here will come off, and we'll put those aside for now. I love this particular walker boot. This is a walker boot I've been using for over 20 years now. It's the easiest to put on and take off, and it really increases patient compliance because once it's all put together, it's really easy to use. So what we do is we take it apart first, and you'll notice on the inside of these uprights, there are little anti-Velcro pieces of paper that will allow us to slide this part of the boot into that part better. So once we get this opened, I asked the patient to help me out here a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to have you hold on to that while we bring the foot right into this inner sleeve. Now we're going to pull that heel right back, and we're going to put our Velcro on. This is a good fit. I just took a guess today. We're doing an after hours evaluation and walker boot fittings tonight. So we're going to hold this right up just like that, if you would. Now I'm going to open up the walker boot, and we're going to have the patient slide the heel back in there as far as they can so that it sits down in the walker boot and all the way back. So I'm going to spread this. I like to keep the walker boot nice and flat on the floor, and we get the patient to about 90 degrees. There you go. You slide that right back. And you'll notice that I'm going to try to get her right about there so that we're at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to pull this piece out, and when I do that, it's going to allow the upright to stay stuck to the liner. As you can see, it's now going to be one boot. The patient does not need to take that apart anymore. So now that I have both of them off, it is one boot. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to strap everything back on. I always like to start on the bottom. Having a good long sock, she doesn't have a long enough sock, but having a nice long cotton sock or leggings like this is perfect because it takes a little bit of pressure off of the skin because you'll get a little bit of rubbing in there. Now this is one part I really like to do. With the walker boot, you get these little pads. I like to take two of them and put them right in the front of that ankle. It just absorbs a little shock when you put that strap on there. You put that through. And then you tighten that up. Take the other straps, get them around. You want them to be nice and snug. Now there's a little piece of Velcro on the outside, so this one's going to hold itself up over here. That one on, nice and snug. We'll get this one going. Won't be long and we'll be done. That one, and then I take this top one, I come right around, tie it in, and now we're ready to rock and roll. Not all walker boots have an air bladder in them, but some do, and I really like the air bladder aspect of it because when you fill it up, it gives you compression. So if you have a severely sprained ankle, like a grade 3 ankle sprain, or you have a metatarsal fracture, or anything that causes swelling in the foot and ankle, this is a great way to get that swelling down while you're still weight bearing and while you're getting some immobilization. So way better than a cast in some ways, but casts are indicated for big fractures. So what you do is you just take the pump and you start filling it up. And then I usually ask the patient to tell me when it starts to feel like it's a little bit snug in there. And then I count how many pumps that is. Okay? Do you feel like getting snug?
Yeah.
Okay. So it shouldn't be too tight, but shouldn't be too loose either. They should not feel their leg pistoning up and down in the boot when they're walking. And it's also a good idea to put a lift in the other shoe, which we'll be talking about in another video. And you can even get a lifter that's called the Even Up that you can put underneath this shoe to get you leveled up, because the walker boot is a little bit higher than your shoe. It's very important that once you have the patient in the boot, you teach them how to take it off and put it on. They should be able to do it themselves. And you should always go up and down stairs with a patient who has a walker boot on to make sure they do it safely, because what happens is, since they don't have the active ankle dorsiflexion, it pushes them off of the step when they're going downstairs, so it can be a little unsafe that way. And it's also important to remind patients that if you're going to be walking on a linoleum floor or anything that has water on it, these can be a little bit slippery. Should take this off before you go to bed. And after when you're ready to take it out, you just push this button and take the air out, and then unstrap it, take the leg out, and then you can wash and do whatever, and then you can put it back on. So that's how I like to put on a walker boot. This is one of my favorite walker boots. I used hundreds and hundreds of walker boots in the last several years. I use them for all kinds of issues. If you're interested in a walker boot, I have a link in the show notes today, so you can just click on that if you need to pick up a walker boot at a real good price. And if you have any questions regarding immobilization and walker boots, just leave a note in the comment section of the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like our videos, and hit the notification bell, because that will let you know when we post some new videos. And again, thank you so much for listening and watching.